Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 60 of the This Old Knit podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine, on Ravelry, Instagram, and Pinterest. And you can find show notes. And there's Megwin. You can find show notes or information, at least, about what I talk about on the episode thread of the This Old Knit podcast.
Hey, I don't have any other cups.
I think you have some in your room.
Thank you.
No. So, I have been upstairs kind of cleaning up my crafting room, and my camera is not completely charged, so I'm using my phone. And I have the fan on up here because I've been running the vacuum and it's pretty hot. So bear with me if it makes any weird background noise. Trust me, you don't want me to be super sweaty and uncomfortable. At least maybe I think you don't. So let's get on with it, shall we? So this week I have 2 finished objects. I have an almost half object, a couple of shawls, something I want to cast on, and I was thinking that maybe I would show you guys some previous stash purchases that I'm really not sure what to do with at all. And that's part of what I'm going through my stash for this week, is trying to think of what things do I want to keep, what things am I never going to knit anything out of, and maybe I need to find them a new home, and what things am I on the fence about. So everything that's over here in these baskets, which I've shown you guys before, that I got from Tuesday morning, those are all my indie dyed yarns, so Wool and Vine, No Makers, and then down at the bottom is my Felici stash. And then kind of everything that's over on this side, which I posted a picture on Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm, as I said, Ine on Instagram as well, is all deep stash. So it's things that are either commercial yarns. Oh yes, and I stabbed myself in the finger with a sock needle, so I have a piece of athletic tape over it right now, just so I wouldn't keep stabbing myself. So either commercially dyed yarns, things that I bought prior to moving to Ohio. So basically items that are 8 years old or older. And then things that I have received from either my mom's knitting group, that they do like a stash dive, and I kind of grabbed some stuff and maybe I didn't have a good plan for it, or sometimes my mom has bought stuff to make things for the kids and she's given it to me because she's not going to get around to it, and frankly I might not get around to it either. So kind of just considering what I want to do with that stash. And then of course I have some acrylic that I bought very early on in my knitting career that I need to just see if I can find a home for. Maybe with my daughter's school, because they do ask for that kind of stuff for when they do like activity fairs at the end of the year, at the end of the school year. They do things where you like decorate a little plate or face or make a card or a doll or something like that, and they need yarn for that. So it would be cutting it up to small pieces, and I think acrylic yarn is perfect for that. So I might see what they will take, and that would be a good way to rehome some of that. And then my work is also, there's a knitting group there, which I didn't know about until very recently, and they are doing a collection for homeless people in our area, for mostly men's shelters, because I guess women's shelters actually get a lot more donations than men's shelters. So they wanted to collect some stuff for the men's shelters. So I will probably knit a few things for that, and I want to use kind of more durable, machine washable yarns. So I have some like Cascade 220 Superwash, just some of the commercial yarns that are perfectly fine. Broco Vintage, I think, is another one I have some of. But yeah, I'll make some hats or something like that. Oh, Spud and Chloe sweater. I have a lot of Spud and Chloe sweater. So just that kind of thing. And then I keep some of that stuff around for knitting toys also. So let's start with finished objects. And I have some fabric over here because I'm going to maybe sew some bags today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow at this point because I've been upstairs for a pretty long time. So my first finished object are these. They're so cool, right? So they are the knit out of the Post sock yarn in the Christmas Island colorway. I used the vanilla, French vanilla cappuccino pattern from the Coffee with Cece book. The patterns by Cece Almond. So these are not for me. They are for my Advent Swap partner. And I tried very, very hard to make them match because of that. Now I have, you see, like when I did the cast on, I got very ever so slightly into the green stripe. But, you know, I don't care that much. And I think it'll be fine. And really, I think I matched them pretty darn well. So there you go. So they're a little bit big for me, but I did knit them with that person's specifications in mind. So they had in their questionnaire their size and stuff. And a couple years back, we added that to our Advent Swap questionnaire. They asked us to put in like head circumference, hand circumference, hand length, foot circumference, foot length. So I used that to adapt the pattern. And I knit these from the outside of the ball, the heels, and then I started up again in the round with the original one. I haven't woven in the ends yet, but I'm very happy with them. This yarn is super beefy. I heard about it from the Love Sock Wool podcast. Sarah of the Love Sock Wool podcast suggested this yarn, and I love what she said about it, that she said it was yarn that you felt like could punch you in the face, and it totally is. Like, it is really super sturdy yarn. It's not the softest yarn, so if you are sensitive to wool at all, like, these are not the socks, or this is not the sock yarn for you. But if you aren't and you want some very hard wearing yarn, it feels like it's gonna wear very, very well. And yeah, I think I have enough to make maybe 2 mini skeins. I probably have about 15 to 20 grams left. Sorry, Megan's doing something weird in her room. So I'm very pleased with them. They will go out to my partner. I need to still wash them and block them just because I knit them at lunch a lot. So I'm sure they probably have some sort of, you know, stuff from my hands or whatever on them. So I want to make sure they're very, very nice and get them all washed and blocked. But yeah, yay, happy, happy. That's my first finished object. And you're on the ironing board, so caution, because if I put stuff up there, it might shake the camera a little. So my second object is finished, but I think I'm going to rip out the bind off and redo it. And it is the Miriam cowl by Mina Phillip. I mentioned it last episode, but she put this in the Post Stitch subscription box for September, and since she's talked about that, yes, Megwin.
I'm just saying hi.
Oh, okay, hi.
I have my lightsaber.
Cool. Since she's talked about it now, be careful not to hit yourself. And she's shown it on her podcast. I think it's okay for me to show it. I was a test knitter on it, and the pattern was very, very well written. The only feedback I had to give was that the person who is doing it might want to use a bind off that stays in pattern, because it's a knit pattern on the top and bottom, and I just did a straight bind off knit across, and you can see it kind of flares out. So I'm going to rip it back and then put a smaller needle in there, and then I think use Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. And I think that will help it stay in the nice ribbed pattern. It won't flute out as much, and it will just look neater. Let me show it to you closer up. I used some Madeline Tosh, which I found the label for this, but now I don't know where I put it. So I used Madeline Tosh in the burnished colorway, and it is like a green, yeah, that's the right color. It's a green with like a copper overwash almost. So it has this one big braid, and then it has ribbing, and then it has this braid on either side. So it's got a big braid on both sides, and then this complicated braid on the smaller side. It looks complicated, but it's actually quite easy to knit. And I did the trick where you make a slip knot and then you use both ends of the ball, and then when you've cast on everything, you just cut one of the strands and then keep knitting with the other one. So this is my cast on edge, and then that's my bind off edge, and you can see I don't really like it. Anyway, nothing wrong with the pattern. That is all just me, and I think that I can do better. So I'm gonna rip it out, like I said, bind off, and then it's gonna be fabulous. So it is super, super warm, of course, and it's Mad Tosh, so it's very soft. Ooh. So yeah, ooh, and you can see how hot it is, because that was just my glasses getting completely fogged up. So yeah, you could like wear it down around your neck. It's very cozy and nice. Or you can have it up over your face, and it really stays nicely, which I think for a winter day will be great. And that's Thunder. Okay, so as I said, that's the Miriam Cowl by Miriam Cowl by Mina Phillip, and I don't know when she's gonna release the pattern for everybody. Sorry, Megwin has a pretty bad cough. We gotta go to the doctor on Monday. But when she does, I highly recommend it. Go and get it. And it took almost one full skein of Madeline Tosh, but I did still have a bit left over. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I've had this done for probably about a month and a half, but I didn't want to show it until she had shown it on her podcast. So that's that. And that is also going to go to my Advent Swap partner. And then, what else have I been working on? Oh, right. Okay. So then, very exciting, I started working on, oh my sweetie, on my strawberries and cream frappe socks. Again,
Strawberries
from
and
the
cream? Yummy!
Again, from the Coffee with CC book. Don't shake this, please. And if you'll recall, I restarted it with the Homespun House sock yarn, and this is her old Olsen base. It's a BFL fingering weight base.
It's raining, Mom.
I know.
It's a terrible storm.
Yeah. So, whoa, it's blowing out the camera really badly. That's about the right color. So this is in the colorway Pygmy Puff, which is a Harry Potter reference.
I really like that yarn.
Thanks. And I just wanted to show you those cables close up, but it's making the camera all wackadoo. Okay. So obviously this is toe up.
And I'm sure Jessica likes that yarn too.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sure.
if Jessica's still watching Mom's videos, then I want to say thank you again.
For the hat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't even wear the hat anymore. It's too small for you.
But it's so beautiful.
It is still beautiful. That's right. Okay. Megs, can I finish up? Because I'm worried we're going to lose power or something.
I just want to hug you.
Okay. but you're hugging me so you can look at yourself. There you go. You're a goober. Alright, go on. Cheaty cheat.
I was looking at the kid.
You were cheating. Okay.
It's getting bigger.
Mm-hmm. I said it was supposed to be pretty bad. Alright, so long story short, obviously I don't knit toe up very often, and I've never been able to get a good short row heel to fit. I was trying to use the toe up socks with heel flap by Liat Gat. I don't know if it was me doing it wrong or if that pattern was written weird.
Problem solved.
Okay, good. But when I tried to knit it and I was following the instructions, I ended up like adding all the extra stitches, and then where it said to start working the heel, I wasn't even close to my heel.
Hello.
Can you share your stuff later, please?
She's just saying hello.
Okay. So I ripped it back, and you can totally tell where I ripped it back because the yarn was all kinky. So this was the part I re-knit. And I bought the Fish Lips Kiss Heel pattern, and so I did my first Fish Lips Kiss Heel. And it was pretty successful. So I put the marker here so I would know where I started just knitting straight, so I can count my rows and reproduce it. And then where this little guy is, I went up a needle size because it was pretty tight on the top of my foot still. So I thought maybe if I go up a needle size to a 2.75, then the leg will not be as tight and it will fit better. So from the dinosaur up, I've been working in a 2.75, not a 2.5 mil needle. And so far so good. I would not say that this is my favorite heel. My favorite heel is the heel flap and gusset. I love how it fits. However, I'm very happy to have another tool in my toolbox and to be able to knit some socks toe up. So there are at least two patterns, this one and the next one I'm going to knit, that require that you knit them toe up from Cece's book, because of the cable charts, that they can't really be worked in reverse. They won't look the same. So I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them from the toe up because I want to do this cowl and I want to finish all the books, all the patterns in that book. So I am powering through, and you know, now I'm just knitting my leg, so it's fine. And there's my Gwen's glitter fairy.
I control the night.
Mm.
If someone isn't sleeping when they should be sleeping, I make it so dark that they have to close their eyes, and then they go to sleep.
Okay.
So I'm really handy.
Great.
If Megwin doesn't go to sleep, call me.
I'm going to have to keep track of you then, because that's often an issue.
I'll always be in your bed.
Okay, cool. I'm going to hold you to that later. And then it's in my Golden Vine Yarns project bag with the little lighthouse. Oops. Lighthouse zipper pull / progress keeper when I forget to put a progress keeper in my bag.
And do you know what I am?
Nope.
I control how much sugar people.
Mm.
If they get too much treats, like too much ice cream, and the parents say it's okay, then I'll show the parents that they're going to get fat by typing in what would kids look like if they ate too much ice cream,
Okay.
and then they would know, so they would stop them.
Well, that is useful. Thanks.
And next time Megan really, really wants ice cream, and she says, "I want it all the time. I want it all the time."
Then I'm going to call on you.
Yep.
All right, cool. And then my next whip is this one. This is the
And I say, "Hello."
Pinay shawl.
Hola.
I think by Hilary
Adios.
Smith Calais.
Adios.
So it's an asymmetrical shawl, And it has garter stitch wedges and then lace inset panels between. So I'm almost to the point where I can do my first lace section. And I've shown it before, my contrasting color. Okay, so the yarn I'm using is Wool & Vine yarns from the Gory Details Club, and this colorway is called Assaulted by Bears. So you can see it has the flecks of maroon in there for like the blood, and then it's a very cool plummy purple with lavender and then this nice toffee brown. I really like it. It's a very different colorway to anything that I've seen before. And like I said, I'm using some Malabrigo sock yarn in the brick colorway as the contrasting color to it. And hopefully next time I'll have the first lace panel so you can see the two of them together. But that's that. And it is in my sparkly Wool & Vine yarns bag that Kristen made for me. Thank you, Kristen. Because it's gold and glittery, and it's got her dandelion fabric. I think she made a dress out of this, and I really loved that fabric, so I feel lucky to have some of it. Those are the main things that I have worked on this week, along with the socks, because I was mainly working on socks to try and get those completed, because I wanted to have those to give to my partner, and I knew they'd take the longest of anything that I had for her going. Whoa, I don't know what that was. And then, of course, these are also going to be for my swap partner. So I'm really excited that I'm going to have lots and lots of hand knit things this year to put in my package for my swap partner. So next on the needles is this one. So this is Wool & Vine Yarns Dirty on Purpose colorway. This cake is kind of messed up, but it's super pretty. It's a gray with flecks of a very dark toffee color, and then there's blue. There's like little speckles of blue kind of hidden throughout. This is the Strasa base, which she doesn't carry anymore, but I really like it. It's just a normal 75-25 merino nylon. And that one I'm going to make the caramel latte socks from the Coffee with Cece book out of. And then that will have me up to, let's see, got 1, 2, 3. It's my fourth one. I've got the peppermint mocha ones on the needles, but I have not finished them. And then I think the only other ones I need to cast on is the I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice latte socks. And I had the yarn for those, and I've now kind of repurposed it because I've thought of something else, which I will show you next, that I want to use it for. So that brings me to
We like your brain, Nina.
acquisitions. You like what?
Your brain.
Oh, thank you.
Us. And I like it too.
Great. So, if you'll recall, maybe last episode or the episode before, I mentioned that one of my friends. Sure.
Thank you.
Yep. That one of my friends was also part of the Wool & Vine Yarns Once Upon a Time Yarn Club. And the last installment was this one, which my mom absolutely loves, by the way. I tried to get her on the podcast, but she didn't want to film a segment last time I was over there. So, Mom, let's film a segment next time we see each other. She said maybe for Thanksgiving, so y'all can meet my mom. So anyway, she and my sister both love this colorway. And it is called I Will Always Find You. So it is cream, this very deep wine color, and then speckly green. And this speckly green really reminds me of Kristen's Venus Flytrap colorway. So I thought, that would be beautiful as a sweater, a striped sweater with this and then Venus Flytrap. And I did not have a pattern in mind for it yet, but I knew that I needed at least 2 skeins of this guy to offset with the green. So my friend did not particularly love the color. It wasn't that she didn't love it, but she didn't have a purpose for it right off the bat. And since I had a plan, she was like, that's fine, I will sell it to you, and then if I wanted, I could buy it later, because usually Kristen releases her club colorways. And I knew that if I wanted to put it together, I needed to get 2 that were dyed at the same time. So since we were both in the club, they would have been dyed at the same time. So long story short, I'm going to use these 2 together, and then I'm going to either wait for when Kristen next dyes the Venus Flytrap, or maybe in a month or 2 I will do a custom order, because I probably will need 3 of the Venus Flytrap to go with these 2. I'm not sure, but the pattern I want to knit is a Joji Locatelli sweater, and it's, I think, called Japan Sleeves. So it's a striped body, and then it's got this lace inset that goes down the arms of both arms and kind of through here, and it's beautiful. So I've seen a couple of finished objects that I really love of it, so I think, you know, this and then the green striped and then the green as the lace panels will be really pretty, and that will be a nice kind of lighter sweater for winter, because often here, even though it's really cold outside, offices way overheat their spaces, because we typically keep our house pretty cool. So I get really hot at work. So more than like a sock weight sweater, I can't do it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It probably won't go on the needles for a while, like I said, but I have these 2 skeins, which was the most important thing, because I can order the Venus Flytrap all together. Yeah.
I can make one of those in number 2, but you'll have to see how I do it.
Okay.
Just don't look until I tell you.
Ooh, I've done something weird to my camera. The colors were strange. Alright, so that leads me to my other acquisitions. So, last time I also mentioned that I had ordered some hedgehog fibers, and it came.
Is it okay if I cut with the straight paper?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So I got 4 skeins of hedgehog fibers, and I really don't remember if I shared these on the podcast, so if I have,
drawing a number, it would be really hard.
You get to enjoy them again. So the first one I got is, yes, Megwin?
Would it be hard to cut out a number?
Probably. Depends on how big it was.
Not 2.
Okay. So this one is teacup. And I've wanted this color for a really long time. I've had a cart in the Simply Socks Yarn Company with these colors like multiple times, and then gone, no. Or I spent all my yarn budget on Wool and Vine yarn, and then I couldn't buy anything else. Damn you, Kristen, in the best way. So you can see it has all these nice tea-colored speckles, very nice pink and cream. So that will definitely be socks. And then I got this colorway, just Urchin. It's kind of similar, but it's more cream, a little bit
Mom,
of
do you have any glue?
red.
I need some glue.
I do not have any glue, sorry. And I've just switched over to another video because my video is too long. So that one I think is going to be part of a shawl, potentially with this color. So this color is Monarch. And again, this is one that I've wanted for a really long time. Got something in my eye, sorry. So it's a very pale peach, which is not showing up very well because I have the yellow wall behind me. But here, let's see if kind of peachy, and then it's got rust color. Oh yeah, that was good. That was good for a minute. It's got this rust color, this yellow color. I want to wait till we go to the dentist before we start trying to wiggle it, okay?
I have a loose tooth.
She does have a loose tooth because she was playing and had Cordova's leash in her mouth yesterday, and then Joshua ripped the leash out of her mouth, and these two front teeth are now loose.
They're probably getting ready to fall out. I mean, I am the right age.
Right. We think that they probably were ready to come out, but we do want to get her checked by the dentist before we make that assumption.
But it did hurt.
It did hurt, but there wasn't very much blood, and then afterwards, like, your gums and nothing else were sensitive at all, so we think it's fine. So there's these nice black speckles, pink speckles as well. I love this about hedgehog fibers. Like, when you open them up, there's all these surprises inside. It's so cool. So I'll get back to what I'm going to do with this and urchin in just a second. And then the last one I got, and this one I absolutely blame on Jilly and Sarah from the Love Sock Wool podcast, Jilly from the Knitting Broomstick podcast. They both have done socks out of birthday cake, and they were so cool and so pretty that I wanted some birthday cake socks too, because I want birthday cake socks, you know? So I got birthday cake. Squee! And this is a nice dark one. So
Say birthday cake?
yeah, it's delicious. So it's got blues. Okay, careful, don't shake the camera. Okay, blues,
that was so
pinks,
funny.
black, orange, and
Wait, where's the pink? Where's the pink? Where's the
that's
pink?
it. I love the blues. Those are really cool.
I love the pinks and the purple parts.
You like the pinks and the purple parts? Yeah. Well, maybe if I have some left over, I can make some socks for you too. Because I usually have enough left from my socks to make socks for you.
Can
Would
you
you
make
like
me?
that?
Can you make me a little clown hat?
A clown hat?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not gonna make you a clown hat.
Then I would be like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Hey, go make your own videos if you're gonna do weird stuff.
I don't have anything to make my video.
Yeah, you do. You got a camera downstairs.
I want to do it up here.
Then bring it up here. Okay, so yeah,
Or-
birthday
Or
cake.
get dressed and make a video with your phone.
No, I'm doing that right now with my
Wait,
own
I
phone.
said later.
Yep, okay. So getting back to what I want to do with the monarch and the urchin, maybe, and also the fact that I now don't have anything.
Like a sea urchin?
That's what the name of it is. I don't know why it's called urchin. So originally I was going to use this yarn for my pumpkin
Maybe because
spice
it's
latte.
The same color as one sea urchin in the
Socks.
world.
Could be. And then, oh my goodness, that thing in my eye. And then I got monarch. And so I thought,
Monarch. Mom, do you know why monarchs are famous butterflies?
these together,
Mom, do you know why monarchs are famous butterflies?
I do not. Tell me why.
Because they are poisonous and they have a color that no other kind of butterfly has. No other kind of butterfly has orange on their wings.
What about the viceroy butterfly? Aren't they mimics?
Well, yeah, that's the
monarchs?
only
Okay.
butterfly that looks almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But no other butterfly is poisonous like that.
Right. And they also migrate a really long way, right?
And most butterflies don't do that.
Right.
But all butterflies migrate.
Yeah. Okay. So then I saw that Kristen was doing a exploration station, Cal, and I've always wanted to knit the exploration station, but I've
Guess
been
Guess what the spiny prints look like? They look like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like tile tracks.
gross. I've been intimidated by the brioche, so I think if I have a support group, then maybe I'll be able to muddle my way through. So I actually have 2 skeins of this. This is Shibui
No,
sock.
I'm using it to look at footprints.
Okay. But I just have one here with
It's
me.
it.
So I was thinking these with this, maybe? What do you guys think?
I think yes.
Megwin thinks yes. I'm okay with it.
Do you agree?
So I think the black speckles with the gray
Do you agree?
and the rust speckles, like that's gonna bring it out.
Anyone that's watching, do you agree? Answer.
Okay,
your
answer
own.
in the thread. Answer in the thread. And then I think this will just be a nice contrast because, you know, monarch butterflies have white in their wings too. So I was thinking kind of a
No, they
monarchy. Yeah, they do. They have the dots, the little white dots. Well, we're going to have to look at a picture of them because they most certainly do.
I've seen them before.
Okay, whatever. So those are the 4 that I'm thinking of.
If they have dots, they're sick.
Oh, okay. So let me know what you think, or if you don't like the addition of the white speckly, what would you add in? Because I probably have it somewhere in my stash. I'm trying to knit through a lot of my stash yarns. So this one's Madeline Tosh in Steamer Trunk Gray, which they don't make
It's my
anymore.
tab.
So both of these are ones that I had in my stash. I don't think either of these colorways are dyed anymore. So that's the only concern I have, that I don't know how much yardage I need for the exploration station. And this guy is from back when Tosh Sock was actually less than 400 yards. I think it's like 385 or something like that. So yeah, I don't know if I'd have enough, but like I said, I have 2 of these, so I have 400 yards in total for that, and then obviously these 2 are fine. So I think I can make it work, and I think it'd be a very pretty monarchy themed shawl. And monarchy, I mean the butterfly, not the royalty. But yeah, those are my acquisitions that I have. And then the last acquisitions that I got were tea related. So David's Tea just released all of their fall flavors. And in their store they had this. Oh my god, adorable. It's a little pouch, it's a travel pouch of teas. But I instantly thought, Notions pouch. And it's a nice canvas. And then it comes with a single tea bag of each of their flavors. And I got most of these in like the 4-ounce bags, and I've been slowly drinking my way through them. So there's pumpkin chai, which I haven't tried yet, palm cider, and I didn't get this one because I got their Honeycrisp apple tea instead, so I didn't want to get 2 apple teas. Carrot cupcake, which I've tried this one and it is amazing, so go and get some. Good. Blueberry muffin, which is what I'm drinking right now in my tea actually, and it's very good as well. And nutty granola crunch. Again, I didn't buy this one, but I have a sample of its tea. It's small. I think it'll be the perfect little Notions pouch.
Hey, and guess
And
what?
I'm thinking I might order another one and have it as
And guess what, Mom?
a Stashmas price. This was
I mean, wife and wife.
just $10 for this and all of the tea inside of it. And I think that's not a bad price. So yeah, I might get one for Stashmas. Right. And then I got this little guy, which is a tea infuser. Because I had little tea balls and they
And
were
it has a fox
leaking.
on it.
Has a fox on it. Yep. So it just sits in your cup, or it can float if it's a longer cup. So it's a little silicone fox, which Megwin likes. And it's got very fine mesh. You
I'll be
can kind of
seeing
see
you.
the holes there, but it's very fine, so nothing gets out of it. It works great. I'm very happy with it. And Disa, I ordered one for you too. Because she likes foxes. Okay, what was I thinking? This is actually getting pretty long, so I may skip the stuff where I was going to share stash mistakes. but I will try to get that stuff together, because if any of it is stuff that you guys want, I will just put up a thread and people can claim stuff, and I will send it to you. So for bags, for Christmas bags, I have 2 ideas. The first one is this fabric, this cute little snowman, with this as the contrast, and then this one for the lining, so it's just candy cane stripes. So I think that one will be really cute. And then my other idea, which I actually had started cutting these out last year.
Doesn't show up very nice.
Maybe use a darker color. This for the lining. So it's Christmas ornaments. This for the main body. And then this for the top.
I'm gonna try and choose a really dark color.
So one of the Christmas globes has the same pattern. You can see it. Yeah, this one right there. So I think that's going to be great.
Green works
And
better.
I love that ornament fabric so much. I probably won't be able to give this one to my swap partner because I love it too much and it needs to be mine. Sorry. You can have the snowman.
You can give her something else,
Which
right?
is also cute. Yeah, I'm going to make the snowman one for her.
Well,
But this one,
couldn't you
will be for
cut
me.
out some fabric for her?
yeah, I'm going to make this one. That I just showed.
No, cut out the fabric that you really love.
I already have it cut out, but I only have enough to make 1 bag. I don't have enough to make 2. Because I got it in a little pack from
No, just
Tuesday
give her
morning.
her
So that's my 2 bag ideas. And then I would like to make a fall type bag. So I had these all pressed and ready to go. So this is probably the first bag I'm going to make. So I'm going to try to make a zipper bag. Never made one before, so we'll see how that goes. But I have this fabric that I also got at Tuesday Morning, because Tuesday Morning has awesome fat quarters. You just have to grab them when you see them because they don't always have it if you go back. So if you look at it closely, it has these leaf imprints also on it that are just outlines, and they're in like a gold. You can't see it, but they're sparkly gold outlines. And then I was going to use this as the contrasting fabric. And then I was going to line it with this one. So it's tiny leaves.
Mommy, look at my clay.
Cool, it totally worked. So, yeah, I think that'll be a very nice
icing
like
now.
fall bag. And then I can use that
Now what am I gonna
through
use?
autumn
Oh, I know.
for my autumnal pumpkin spice
I'll
latte
crumble
socks.
it into a ball,
Should be fun.
and it'll show some green and some
So I
some
have,
gray.
3 fat quarters there, so that should be plenty to make a zipper pouch. So if you have any suggestions for a good tutorial to use,
Mommy, look
Let
at the
me
beautiful
know.
ball I made.
cool. You have marker all over your fingers though, so don't touch any of my stuff, okay?
I know.
Okay, just don't touch my yarn until you wash your hands. Okay, and then the other one I have cut out, which this one will probably be more of an everyday or Valentine type pouch. So I have this color, which I think would be a contrast fabric maybe. This color. So it's a plaid with green and pink and purple.
I'm gonna
And this
try it
fabric, which I
into
absolutely adore.
more
So this needs to be the outside because it's so pretty. So it's tiny roses, like stylized roses, and some of their little hearts are drawn in between. but I think these two together might be too busy. I'm just not sure. Which is why I haven't made it yet, because I'm not sure if those two together might be too busy. If they are, like I said, I've got this very pale pink, which has very, very light white flowers on it, and I think that will be fine with it.
Too easy for what?
Too busy. That means like too much patterning together.
Which one's too much busy?
I think the flowers with the plaid would be too much.
Oh, too bad. I love flowers.
Well, I want to do the flowers on the outside, and I think the plaid on the inside. So that is everything that I have to show you for this week, I think. Yep.
You think that
Oh,
you can
nope.
show them? Can you show them my green clay?
I can, because I'm trying to find my mini skeins, so you can show them your clay while I get my mini skeins found.
Look, I had this clay gray before, but I made it green by coloring it with marker. It's very beautiful. You can melt it into different shapes, and they'll always be green.
That's so weird.
And
Oh, they're there.
And if you still used it to seal windows, it would be green window sealer. And if I see any more of this on the floor, then I will color it any color I want. It is very, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like blue in here, but trust me, it is green.
Okay. Can you go wash your hands?
See how it kind of looks like blue?
A little bit.
It's really actually green. You can
Okay.
see my fingers are green.
Yes. Everyone can see your fingers are green. Okay, so then I got my third installment of the No Makers Random Mini Skein Club, and as always, it's really pretty, and I need to get going on one of my mini skein blankets because I'm starting to build up a lot of mini skeins.
Hey, I know what I can do with it. I'll make it into
So there they are. I don't know if you can see them very well in the plastic or not. Okay. So I will crinkle, crinkle, crinkle and open it up for you. That was kind of a non-storm. It was supposed to be a huge thing and it barely even registered. So these are based on female heroes and villains. It came in a fun little book. This is so cute. Amanda always does really, really nice packaging. So this one is Wonder Woman. Of course it is. And it's sparkly. So pretty. This one is Irene Adler. This one's Spiffy Gnome, which I haven't tried that base before. This one is Poison Ivy in Bungalow Gnome, which is her BFL. I have tried that one. This one is Harley Quinn in House Gnome. And then the last one is Batgirl in House Gnome. So, they're very pretty. The Wonder Woman one is my favorite. Love it, because it has yellow. So, yeah, I need to do something. I've pondered starting another just 10-stitch, normal 10-stitch blanket. I don't know why the 10-stitch twist is not gelling with me yet, but we'll see, maybe it will. Needs more time. So that's those. And now for reals, that is everything that I have to show you. So I had the Sherlock along, and only 2 people entered finished objects. I think Green W Girl and DG Lover 29. So I actually am just going to give you both a Ravelry download pattern of $10 or less, because you both entered a finished object, and I'm not going to draw between 2 people for a prize. So I will just give you both a prize. So please PM me with the pattern of your choice, and I will gift it to you on Ravelry. And thank you everyone who participated. and yeah, get your stuff in for Stashmas, and that's the last cow for this year. And it's gonna go all the way until January 1st, and I'm kind of collecting prizes. Like I said, I'll probably do one of those pouches. I'm gonna find something from in my stash. I will sew a bag, and hopefully I will perfect the zipper bags so that mine that I give to one of you will be nicer than probably my first one for me. And of course I will include tea and goodies and all of that kind of stuff, and maybe a pattern prize. I will see what I can get together. So, and if you want to donate a prize, please let me know, and I will include that in the pack as well. So until next time, thank you everyone for joining me, and have a great week or 2 weeks depending on how long I'm away. Next week is our Wool Festival, so I will definitely be going to that, and I will take some footage. And
Mom,
what,
does
Megan?
Andrea watch your videos?
Yeah.
And if Andrea's awake and watching right now, then I want to ask, have you forgotten to come with us to the Wool Festival again, or not?
No, she's gonna come. So it'll be her and me and Jen. We're all gonna go to the Wool Festival and look at stuff.
But you have a daughter, and you're gonna meet her for camping, right?
Oh, no, she doesn't have a daughter. That's her niece.
Oh yeah, we're gonna meet her niece for camping.
We're not gonna go camping though.
Well, when we do, we're gonna meet her niece.
Maybe, but we're not gonna go camping next weekend.
And Andrea,
We decided. But we will see Grammy. So Grammy, we'll see you next weekend too.
And Andrea,
Yes.
I don't think we're going to camp as soon as we thought, because the last camp was pretty crazy.
It was pretty crazy.
But it was also a good camp out. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of bees, and
Mhm.
I saw a bunch of raccoons every night. They were really cute, but also digging
Crazy.
into our food and other people's food.
Yeah, not our food, because we kept our food in the car.
But they were trying.
Yeah, but that's what you do if you're smart. You have to keep it in the car.
And then when I was
They will
going
get into anything.
And then when I was going to sleep, someone said, "Rah!" to scare a raccoon.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was super surprising.
It was super surprising. Only to us though. The raccoons didn't really care. So, alright. We're kind of waffling here.
Waffling.
We're talking a lot about nothing. So we should stop the video so that people can go and enjoy the stuff
And-
that they have to do.
And one more thing, Andrea. Today, I had pizza for lunch.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah, we
You
did have
have-
pizza for lunch.
We had pizza for dinner.
Usually.
Oh.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll say bye. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, Jessica and Andrea.
Bye, guys.